there. Okay. All right. I don't know how long it's been recording. Hi. We're going to kind of keep this like right here. Kind of at a weird angle or something. I don't know. So the feeds are on. Chat. Live chat. All messages are visible. So, hey there, everybody. It's me, Mike, and I am killing a few minutes here. Not going to talk for a terribly long time, but I did want to say hi. I'm kind of trying to... I don't want to get in trouble for streaming, the pet camera, but so we're going to keep it tight. We're not going to put it on me because I'm just not presentable today. I've done nothing today. Today's a vacation day for me. I am sitting in a recliner. I've been watching the feeds way too long this morning, talking about them. Not at work. Go back to work on Monday, I think. So just here to talk about what's going on. It's nomination time right now. Frenchie is going to be making nominations, and the best guess most of us could come up with is that it may be Alyssa and Sarah, because Frenchie cannot. He's been such a mess. Such a mess. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. I mean, it has been crazy for sure. I don't know what you guys think, but what a crazy mess of a start to Big Brother. It's always this way, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys are chatting. If anybody want to chat, please, by all means, chime in. It is set to allow chat. All messages are visible. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe to this. This is my replacement for Periscope that I used to do. And normally you'll be seeing this while I drive home, except you'll be seeing the road. That's the way I've done this. So I did a car cast earlier this morning. I recorded it from this very same chair. And since then, I've gotten out of this chair, I think, once. It's bad. It's bad, folks. All right, some of you guys talk. Tell me what's up. How are you doing? Hi, Sarah. Makes you wish we always got day one feeds. Yeah, and I did just respond to somebody else that said, imagine what we would have missed if the feeds hadn't been on until, next Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, usually they used to go in like on the weekend. So let's say Friday or Saturday, and then they'd record for a few days before we'd see them. But remember, they also wouldn't do nominations that quick. They had some time. They had the time for competition to do nominations. I mean, it is nominations a day and a half after they went in, but Frenchie, he's been playing pretty hardcore at this point. I mean, I guess, no, you know what? Maybe it isn't that bad. They have had a few days to get into this, so maybe they are doing okay as far as the time between entering the house and Frenchie making nominations, because there wasn't a show last night. There won't be another show until Sunday, and we won't have an eviction until next Thursday. So actually, not too bad. But yeah, it still seems a little bit faster than I would expect it to normally have been, but it is definitely enjoyable to see virtually everything happening as it happens. Although it makes for some confusion because some of these alliances are going to shake themselves out and we won't ever have to talk about them again. Like, does anyone know what this latest alliance that we witnessed is called? What is this alliance of Frenchie and Xavier and Travis and Brent called? I mean, I called it the Meat Packers just because I was trying to use one of Frenchie's Slaughterhouse references. But what is it really called? Do they have a name? Did I miss a name? Let me look over here on my... Did she call out that alliance? I don't think she did. Let's see. Scroll. Oh, a lot of scrolling to do that. Let me check this column. Nope, not that column. I don't think they have a name yet either, but I wanted to make sure I didn't miss one. Or do they have a name and we just don't know what it is? I guess that's more my question. And by the way, that snarly noise is my dog in the background. So let's see. Let me go to Tweet Deck. How have you guys all been? By the way, you're a quiet lot today. Zoe. Messages. All right, scroll. I did a ton of tweeting in the last half hour. I'm trying to find the alliance chart, one of the alliance charts that I can look at to see if that alliance was even listed. Because I frankly just don't even know. But I don't think it was. Guys, you are welcome to chat if you would like to talk. Otherwise, I'm going to talk to myself, and that sometimes can be rather boring for people. But if you have questions, by all means, ask them. So here's Dolphicus. I can't pronounce her name. My first season of Big... Oh, well, welcome, Brian. Glad you're enjoying it. Is it your first season actually watching the live feeds? Are you watching them? Because that would be key. Yeah, that was my guess, Sarah. So Brent is not in an alliance on Delphicas, but they're all members of... Are they all members of... I don't even know if they're all members of Slaughterhouse. I cannot keep track. So this one had Xavier in a couple of alliances, or one alliance. Didn't have Brent in any alliance. She didn't have Travis in an alliance. Yeah, so really, yeah, this alliance is different. So we'll have to see. So if Sarah and Alyssa go up, will Frenchie keep his promise not to target a woman or person of color? Well, James, it's... I think he's realized that. I mean, he really his real target, guys, was Christian. That's who he wanted to go after, and Christian took that away by winning the wild card competition. So Christian took his name off the ability. So yeah, he's very much gonna have to probably break his word. He ran out of he has a limited number of options to go with. Let me click over here and click here and pull up my list. So this is my personal notes of things. Like I talked about this earlier today. I was making a list of things, references for me. This was my list of there wasn't a punishment. They didn't know what it would be, James. It was either there could be a reward, there could be a punishment. We weren't sure. And all it was is that Christian got to select someone else to be safe as well, and he picked Xavier. So Xavier and Christian are safe from because of the competition. So these house comments are things that were notes that I was taking earlier before I did my CarCast this morning. I was mentioning alliances too, and the Cookout Alliance was the one I mentioned. But this is actually the list of the people who technically Frenchie has to pick from. So if you look at that list, if he doesn't want to pick a female or a person of color, well, then you've got Brent. And person of color, by the way, is a more general term. And basically, a person of color is a non-white person. So, yes, Derek X falls under the person of color list. So he should not be one of Frenchie's targets. So right there, you got Brent, Hannah, no. Derek, no. Alyssa, no. Sarah, no. Claire, no. Kylan, no. Tiffany, no. And Travis. So really, if Frenchie was going to stick to what he said that first night, the only two people he could nominate right now would be Brent and Travis. Now, the problem is that we all just witnessed Brent and Travis and Xavier and Frenchie talk in the have-not rooms for like 45 minutes because it looks like they're in an alliance. So he's not going to put them up. So it almost has to be two women or or a woman and a man, which of a minority. So yeah, that's not going to happen. So you said you have a feeling that Frenchie might try to backdoor Travis just because they haven't. No, they talked for 45 minutes, James. That's what we just watched. We just watched Travis, Frenchie, Brent, and Xavier talk in the have-not room for about 45 minutes, and they seem to be a bit of an alliance. So, yeah, that's not a That's not going to be an option. Yep. Well, you can't catch everything. I was tweeting about it. So here are the alliances as they sit. Frenchie told Travis he wants to go to the end with them. Sure, but that's I mean, I hadn't heard that, Sarah, but that's a promise that you're going to make to a lot of people. But this alliance that we just saw just now is, made up of one person from each team. You've got Frenchie, you've got Xavier, you've got Travis, and you've got Brent. So that's actually a decent kind of a alliance where you're pulling one person from each team because in theory you're doing some kind of information sharing. Although, as I just tweeted a little bit earlier, Frenchie and I would be I'd be a lot like Frenchie in the house. In that, I probably couldn't keep my mouth shut, and I'd probably say a lot, and because of that, I'd say a lot more than I shouldn't. Like Frenchie told the other three guys that Brittany is a big source of his intel. Well, if you're not 100% on board with Frenchie as an alliance mate, say we know Xavier has an alliance with Azah, Derek, and Tiffany, and that's called the Cookout Alliance. And if you remember the Cookout Alliance, you may want to say to Derek and Azah, by the way, guys, watch what you say around Brittany because she feeds everything right to Frenchie. Or say the same thing to Tiffany as well. Like, you guys need to watch it because Frenchie said that Brittany tells her everything. That would be information I would, if I was considering which alliance I was most aligned to, I might throw that information to Frenchie. I also might do it just because that's not a bad thing to kind of say, I'm suspicious of Brittany. Be careful around her. I think she's talking to Frenchie, kind of a thing. So that's what's up with those guys. I think I'm going to take this picture, which came from whoever came from CBS. I think I'm going to stack it, and I think I'm going to break out these images by color. I'm going to break them out by layer, and I'm going to gray them out as they're eliminated and just keep them in their original teams just for the fun of it. So take this, stack it up. Jokers, I don't know which order, though. They were lined up on the original show. It was Jokers, Aces, Kings, and Queens. I think that may be the order I'll do it. Although I suppose Jokers are not Jacks. I wonder why they decided to go with Jokers instead of Jacks. You think that was a nod to wink to Jokers updates? Frenchie getting caught listening at the door last night was super funny. You know what? I didn't see that, Sarah. I have not seen that happen. So those are always fun, though. Eavesdropping comments are always fun. Is that what he was listening? Wait, was he listening to the people talking across the way? Is that what he was talking about? Like you could hear everything? I don't know if you saw that. He told the group of four there, the other three, that he could hear everything that's being said across the way. Again, don't know if you want to share that information unless you were totally secure with your alliance. But no, that's not the Butchers. The Butchers is a different group. That's the thing. Tiffany caught him listening at the side bedroom door. Oh, okay, so downstairs. Yeah, and the consensus among, I think Tiffany, Tiffany, Azah, and Derek is they are okay with Frenchie and they like Frenchie, but they aren't going to be there for him. Hey, we like Frenchie, but if Frenchie's got to go, Frenchie's got to go. So he's not as safe as he probably thinks he is, no matter what anybody tells him. He's fairly disposable to Tiffany and Azah and Derek. I'm not sure about Xavier, especially since Xavier is in another alliance with them. So anyways, guys, I really just wanted to fire this up to say hi on YouTube Live. I had someone message me from the Twitch world saying, haven't seen you on Twitch, what's going on? And it's like, yeah, Twitch just isn't working for me. It did not work. I have been offline, obviously. I was out of town last week or this past week. So I will be doing more of these, especially later in the day when I'm heading home from work. Like I said, took the day off today. We'll have to see when I do them. And the other thing, so the nominations are going on right now. That's my Big Brother Live feed. I'm using Liquidated's YouTube, not YouTube, but plugin, which is really cool, very good. I've always been a fan of Liquidated. So BB Viewer add-in, get it if you don't have it. But I will be back. I will be tweeting. Follow me on Twitter. Obviously, most of you do. It's BBGOSSIP. My phone's ringing. I don't answer that phone because 99.99% it is it's a toll-free call. Yeah, it's a spam call. So I'll just ignore that. And we'll let it go away. Because, yes, I still have a, quote, landline. Sarah, sad about no podcast this year, but glad you're taking a much-needed break. Yeah, so normally we have a podcast on Saturdays. I opted out this year, and then Scott and Colette decided not to do one. I will say that Scott and Colette are talking about Big Brother on their day drinking podcast. That is a Patreon or a patron-only podcast. You need to become a patron of theirs to listen to it. I am still doing my CarCast, as I said, and this. There is no charge for either of those, although if you would like to be a patron of mine, you are more than welcome to. And you can go to patreon.com/bbgossip and sign up, but you don't have to. But it's appreciated if you do. But yeah, so I will be talking more so on this and on my CarCast than probably when we were doing a podcast, but the prep is completely different. I mean, my prep this is the most prep. This list right here, this is the most prep I have done for one of my CarCasts in probably like 2 years, where I thought, I should talk about who's on what team and what these things are, who's the head of household. I try to do a little list, but normally I get up in the morning, I get in my car, and I'm driving to work, and I go, what should I talk about? And that's what I do. So that'll be my normal CarCast. All right? With that, guys, I'm going to jump out of here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for following. Thank you to those of you who come listen later. Appreciate it. You are always welcome to reach out to me on Twitter at BBGOSSIP. You can put comments on here on YouTube. I do check those as well. I get a couple every once in a while. And then email ilovereality@gmail.com is a way to get a hold of me as well. All right? With that, I'm out of here. Take care. And thanks for checking this out. We'll see you guys. Feeds are still waiting for nominations, by the way. Right? Lar. No nominations yet. It'll probably be at least another half hour. Could be another hour even. Yep, we'll see you, Sarah. Thanks for talking. Thanks, I think it was James as well for saying hi. Let's see. Tasmanian Walrus too, and Miss Dinah Jane. Giving shout-outs to those people that took the time to put their little chat in, because I do appreciate it. It makes it a little bit less awkwardness when I'm talking to myself for the past 18 minutes. I didn't have to do that. I got to just bounce things off of you guys. See you guys. Bye.